Hello folks, how you doing? My name is George Almodovar. I am a realtor, real estate investor, and author of the No BS in Making Millions in Real Estate. Today's topic is creative financing. The other day someone contacted me via Facebook in regards to creative financing. They asked me they wanted more information because I have given them information regarding FHA loan, how I started, which by the way is in this book. Maybe you want more information, it's in this book in regards to creative financing. Now, I mentioned about the 203K loan at the time when I first started 592 Bushwick Avenue. But another creative way getting financing, or let me rephrase that, another way to become creative and start with real estate with no money out of your pocket would be lease option or option to buy. For instance, this is something you may want to consider if you have no cash or you're low on funds. The way I started one of these lease option, I actually went and got a property that someone was leasing with an option to buy. And I made a contract with that person for 2 years with an option. Basically, the option at the time with this person was $3,000, which basically stated that if I bought the property or if I exercised the option to purchase the property within a period of 2 years, I was able to buy the property for a specific amount of time. Okay. Furthermore, 15% of the rent that I was paying every month will be allocated towards the down payment of that property. So it will be a credit. 15% of every month or rent payment that I made throughout the months will go allocated towards down payment on the property only and if I exercise the option. Okay, so a creative way for you to do it if you have no money is you look for someone who's doing a lease with option to buy. You lease it. And I'm going to use an example over here. Let's say, for instance, for $1,000 a month, okay, with an option of $3,000. Now, I used a credit card, so it wasn't out of my pocket. So I was able to lease the property with an option to buy with $3,000 down payment as well as 2 months rent or the rent and the security for $1,000, which is $2,000. So I'm out of cash for $5,000, but it's not out of my pocket again. It's through a credit card. So what I did was I put an ad in the newspaper, okay, and I basically started offering the lease option. It was stipulated on the contract that I will subcontract. Now, I'm not going to deny that I went and I painted the property. I made it look a little more decent, but I was able to give someone else a lease option with $5,000 option price for a period of 18 months. In other words, if that person exercised the option to buy that property at a specific given price, let me give you an example, $150,000. He was able to exercise the option within that period. He will buy the property. That money will be used as a down payment towards the down payment, the option price. Also, the month rent that I will ask now in return will be $1,250 or $1,250. I want you to keep in mind that the lease option, what I'm paying the original landlord, is $1,000 a month. So I'm going to rent it for a little more higher so I could have positive cash flow, $250 a month in my pocket. Again, the option that I give the landlord is $3,000. So the option that I'm giving the person, the subtenant, will be $5,000. Keep in mind though, this has to be stipulated on the contract, otherwise you could be breaking some legal laws. Now, within 18 months of that period, I figured that the person, which I already did my due diligence, verifying the background, verifying the credit, so I knew the person needed a little assistance in credit. So I was able to assist the person restoring their credit, and therefore he was able to qualify with an FHA loan, 203 loan. So not only did the person get to exercise the option, I get to exercise my option. So I buy it first and I do what is called a double closing at the time. So I'm able to close and turn around, sell the property to this person for profit. Because if the person was selling me the property or the landlord was selling me the property for $150, I will sell the property for $175. I don't know if you see that. So there's a spread there. Okay. Now, honestly, I want a little more than that because there are closing cost fees and all that sort. But the point is that I was able to not only make positive cash flow, I was able to buy the property without no money out of my pocket through a credit card, in which when I did the option, I grabbed that money from that same person and was able to pay all my bills, okay, and put some money in my pocket or put it toward an emergency. So again, I was able to exercise my option, and I was able to help the person improve their credit score. Thus, he was able to buy the property. So I did a double closing, so I made a good profit. So just to give you an idea, okay? So to recap, if you know someone who's selling a property with a lease option, exercise the option or sign the contract, then exercise the option, but only if you know you already have someone else who's interested in that property for a much higher price, for a much higher option price, and a much higher rent. Because you want to take into account that sometimes you want to make sure you don't know what you're doing because they will not pay you. You want to take that into consideration. But again, I took the chance and it worked. Okay, and then it came to the point that I myself will buy properties with private lenders, and then I will do the lease option to someone else. Because I knew when I got the person into my lease option, I was able to fix the person's credit or restore the person's credit. Okay, raise it high enough just so they could be able to qualify for an FHA loan. Thus, he will buy the property. I will even help him with the down payment because remember, 15% of the monthly rent will be allocated towards credit for the down payment. So I was able to help the person with a down payment. He was able to buy the house, and that made me money. So keep that in mind, and it's a great way for you to make money. I hope this helps. If you want more information, please read the book, The No BS in Making Millions in Real Estate. As well, please, any comments you may have or any questions you may have. See the bottom line, please comment right down below. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great weekend, and take care. God bless.